Lagot! Deadline pala ngayon.
May nakalimutan ka ba?
Ano nga bang kukunin ko? Ano ba talaga yung kukunin ko?
May nakalimutan ka ba?
Mali na naman. Ano ba yung password ko?
May nakalimutan ka ba?
Good memory makes a difference. Memo Plus Gold, pure and natural bako pamonyera. Lamang ang brainy good.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Memo Plus Gold ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Kuya Kim, ano ba talaga?
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Ano Ba Talaga with Kuya Kim. Ito pong podcast na to, we've been doing this for the past 3 months already. And ang goal ng podcast ito is for you to pick up anything. Dapat ma-inspire kayo, dapat matuwa kayo, dapat may take away. May matutunan kayo pagkatapos ng podcast. For the past 3 months, napakarami natin mga guests dito, iba-ibang topics. Pero ang passion talaga ni Kuya Kim, alam niyo naman yon, is to ride motorcycles. And when I was new in big bikes, for many years I was into scooters. Then I got into big bikes in 2015. Ang guest natin ngayon is one of the first people I met dito sa big bike world. Ayan. Meron siyang isang Facebook Live, Facebook page na ang pangalan Makina. And then, mamaya, dumami na yung Makina. Mamaya, yun pala, marami na siyang mga in-organized na mga events. Tapos, he became the main face of motorcycling in the Philippines. Walang iba, kundi ang aking kaibigan, si Zach Lucero. Zach.
Hello and thank you so much. Grabe opening voice mo palang nakakamangha. I remember the last time you were behind or in front of the camera, I was interviewing you in your, thank you for bringing me to your home that time.
Yeah,
and showing me your wonderful animals. I remember the turtle and the boa constrictor, I think. Yun ang mga naalala
The iguana.
May iguana din. May iguana
Opening
din.
mo nun, may iguana rito.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. It's such an honor, of course.
No, Zach, the honor is mine. Ha? Pag sinabing motorsiklo, talagang Zach Lucero. Pero alam mo, ang ganda rin ng online presence mo, Zach. Pag kami sinabi ka online, nagiging meme, o kaya nagta-trending, o kaya ang ganda ng presence mo online.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, we try. Well, I think you will appreciate this of all people kasi na meron kasi tayong pinanggalingan din dati na I realized, and this was like a parang warning when I was younger by yung mga mentors natin sa media dati na if you are not responsible with what you share and you have this, it's not power, if you may, na you're able to reach out with people that wala kang kontrolado, hindi mo kontrolado yung binubuga mo, ikasasama pa ng eksena. So, with that in mind, I realized na because of social media, everybody can have that power. Everybody can have that voice. At pag hindi tayo mag-iingat, chaos eh.
Chaos.
Chaotic. I mean, sa atin pa lang, motorcycles, everybody's nag-free for all na kung ano pinopost na mga, ano naman na, delikado, na-normalize na yung ganun behavior. Tayong mga hindi naman nakikiganon, nadadamay pa. So, it's just a big hassle. So, I think it's a lot of it has to do with just, you got to be responsible with what you put out there. So medyo pet peeve ko yun. Kunyari, huwag naman ganun sana. Yun, hihirit na.
Oo nga. Kasi dati kasi to be a broadcaster, you have to study for it. Tapos pagka nagtapos ka ng Mascom, mag-a-apply ka sa isang stasyon. And then mag-a-apprentice ka muna.
Yes.
And then eventually get your on-air break.
Yes,
Malaking bagay yan.
yes.
Now kasi everyone can be a broadcaster.
That is true.
Anyone can be a vlogger.
Yeah.
Diba?
Then you will see later on kung sino yung mga natuto the hard way. Kasi yung mga iba naman we're not lucky like I guess me or yourself na nakaranas ng konting training back then. May iba nangangapa and they learned their lesson the hard way, diba? And I remember back then, diba? Okay, pasok radyo. My first station was NU.
Isa kang DJ dati.
Yeah, I was a DJ back then, NU 107. And then sabi sa akin, alam mo kung ano pa yan, kahit nag-Mascom pa kayo, kalimutan nyo na yan. Kasi by now, you're here in front of us in the radio station, it's obsolete. You're gonna relearn everything. It's like, okay, wow. So, ang daming ganon. Tapos, talaga pupunahin ka. Ano ba yung grammar mo? Ganon.
Totoo yan.
Tapos yung script mo, ano to? Talagang ang hirap. And then, we just get better. I appreciate, the people who taught me back then. Iba eh.
Sa NU. sa radyo, alam mo sa TV kasi, Zach, mas malupit pa eh.
Okay.
Sa TV, graduate ka na mass comm sa Ateneo.
Okay.
Tapos ang unang trabaho mo, akala mo, you get broadcasting experience, di ba? Taga-timpla ka muna ng kape ng anchor.
I guess you can look at it na parang, okay, depende na sa mindset. Sa timpla ng kape. Sana, absorb mo din lahat ng makikita mo na. Nandun ka
Pwede
na,
naman.
diba?
Oo. Pero sa una lang naman yan eh. Eventually, kung matyaga ka, di ba, you progress, di ba?
Yeah. Kaya nakakasindak minsan eh. I did encounter, when I was, you cannot imagine the stress I was also going through when I was interviewing it. Kasi, my God, I'm gonna interview Kuya Kim. Ano pang, it's a different kind of letting you talk type of interview that I realized back then. And then yung mga ibang batigan din natin na broadcaster na nagmomotor when I get the chance to interview them. Medyo mas iba yung alisto ba? So yun.
Uy, nag-trending yung yung segment natin yun. Hanggang ngayon, inulit ko pa yun eh.
Okay.
Alam mo, natutuwa ako pag pinapanood ko. Ang dami natin pinag-usapan tungkol sa motor na nakakatuwa.
Yeah. Tsaka it shows the personality behind the passion also and kung saan ka galing. Matingka talaga, you're really into it. The vintage scooters that it's amazing what you have there. Yeah. And then through the years pa, ilang beses ka na nanalo sa Moto Builds.
Oo, nakailang trophy na ako galing sa'yo. Alam mo, natutuwa ako eh. One Moto Builds na unforgettable sa akin, Zach. 2015, I think, or 2016.
Okay.
Ang mga naglaban-laban sa overall champion, puro matitingkad, magaganda mga custom build. Ang nilaban namin ni Jonathan, yung Royal Enfield ko na World War II. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Pinakalawang namin yun, pinaputikan namin, tapos yung may putik na, sinet ni Jonathan yun, para yung putik permanent. Pinadumi namin ng todo-todo.
Okay.
Nanalo yun.
What I appreciate about Moto Builds, when you get into the judges, napaka nila off the times. Hindi mo masusuway. Hindi mo sila makokontrol na kung anong uso. Kung natipuhan ka nila at nakikita kakaiba ka for, I guess in your case with your bike that time, ikaw yun ang napili kasi kakaiba. Tama ka. Ang
kikintab ng kalaban.
Oo, ang kikintab pinong-pino yung pintura sa'yo. Iba in one, yeah.
Si Jonathan. John Bonhotti. Isa sa mga genius na custom builders yan eh.
Yes.
Very eccentric. Hindi kanya tatanggapin kung di niya type eh. Ganun yan eh.
Tsaka dami rin niya ginawang dalawang. Tsaka gagawa ka ng paraan. I remember I had an XR 400R.
Talaga, patatakbuhin niya.
Nice dirt bike. Meron akong problema. Ano yung all manual? Kailangan mo sipain, hanapan yung angle or what. Ano ba to? Sabi ko, ikaw na bahala, Jonathan. Tapos ginawa niya parang, inayos niya, and then isang sipa, it just works fine.
Lumabas yung pagka-Belgian.
Yeah.
Ano yun eh.
Sobrang
European kasi.
Yeah.
Teka muna, kasi marami sa mga listeners natin, mga hindi naman talaga deep into motorcycling eh. Kwento mo, ano ba yung Moto Builds at paano nagsimula yun?
Okay, so Moto Builds was an offshoot of the other channel that I was part with, which is Radio Republic, which is mabalik na naman sa music. So, backtrack lang ako na konti. After NU107, I left the station to concentrate on the band. And then after the band, tuloy-tuloy na yung banda.
And the band was Imago.
Yes. And then pasok ng 2012, nangangati na ako mag-graduate. Naghahanap ako. Pero during that time, NU was already transitioning to Wish. So I wanted to still be part of a station that's heavily with the Filipino music scene and more on the rock side of things. So ano kaya? So antay lang ako. Kasi biglang yung nagkaroon na ng Radio Republic and they called me, and then these were comprised of people ex-MTV, ex-NU. So kakilala
Radio
ko sila.
Republic is a radio station. Online na. What year was this, Zach?
2012. So masyado siyang maaga for its time. Kasi back then, may laban pa radyo. We were going in there, todo lahat, doing live shots. It's still online. You can check in YouTube. Thousands of videos. And then, it was hard kasi it was too advanced. Bandang 2015-14, medyo makulit na ako sa motor. So, sinisingit-singit ko na yung mga content ng motor sa stasyon. So, sabi ko, gawa nga ta event. Under Radio Republic yung first Moto Builds Pilipinas eh. So, may banda at may motor. And then, okay. And then here comes now the manufacturers, the Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, BMW, those guys, Ducati. Zach, okay yung show. Pero wala ka media, hindi naman pwedeng nagmomotor ka, tapos banda na naman, tapos sa feed motor. Parang, can't you make a dedicated media channel.
Isa lang?
Oo. Sabi ko, nga no. Sige, so pinaalam ko muna Radio Republic, kayo muna dyan. Put up Makina. So, Makina is there because of Moto Builds. Nauna yung Moto Builds.
Nauna Moto Builds, tama.
Tinayo Makina to support Moto Builds para may maibalik ako sa manufacturer ng mga bike reviews, para may say sa pag-support na show. So, ganun ang anak. That's pretty much
Tapos
how
I remember, very active ka sa Facebook noon eh. You had a Facebook show, di ba?
Yeah.
This was Makina, di ba?
Yes.
And then, how often were you broadcasting from Facebook then?
With Makina, depends eh. It's a lot of, marami doon pre-recorded. But I would go live, kunyari situation, kunyari may, on the, parang spur of the moment na launch. Nandun na ako sa venue, ila-live ko na yon. So, how often? We were average about 200 videos a year. Lumalabas yun. So, naging bagsakan siya ng bike reviews, mga helmet reviews, mga kung ano, anything motorcycle.
Kasi ngayon, ang dami na kasi motovlogger, Zach eh.
Yeah.
Parang every week may bagong motovlogger.
Yeah.
Pero ang pinakauna, kayong dalawa ni Jay Taruk. Diba? Si Jay was broadcasting from TV.
Yeah, si Jay is the OG. Alala ko yung mga tinatanong ko, paano niya nakabit yung camera niyang pagkalaki-laki? Zach, naka-duct tape yun. Naka-duct tape ako saan nakabit sa kotse. Hindi parang GoPro tayo, may mga harness na yun. Ano. Sa kanya, old school talagang malaking camera naka-duct.
But he was broadcasting eh.
Yeah.
Hindi pa siya online. Ano yun? TV. Ride radio ni ano. No, Ride PH.
Ride PH.
Ni Jay. At ang motor niya palagi nun was Hill Balderas when Hill was still alive.
Yes.
Palagi sila ni Hill ang naka-BMW pupunta ng probinsya.
Correct. And I remember, during that time, medyo super alanganin for me ang 2015 papuntang pandemic. Kasi dun yung transition na masasabi kong nag-pay attention na, papuntang pay attention na yung mga manufacturers na sineseryoso na yung online over traditional magazines.
Tama.
Kasi magazines pa rin, tigas eh. Talagang, hindi, kailangan may magazine ka. And then, biglang wala na. Naging, na-overrun na ng online. Until pandemic lalo na, ang daming closet.
Maraming namatay na platform.
Oh my God. Yeah,
traditional platforms.
I mean, when I meet with the other journalists from around the world na galing magazine, lungkot. As in, mga publications nila na mga 30 years old na, wala na. Ganun eh.
Maski Cycle World, bumibili tayo. Ang hirap bumili ng Cycle World ngayon.
Cycle World.
Dati-dati lahat pati drugstore, meron Cycle World.
Yes.
Ngayon, wala na. Hindi ka makahanap.
Oo. In fact, when you go to the US, I don't know why, paano nagagawa ng US? Pag pumunta ka sa supermarket doon, ang dami pa ng magazine, tabloid, kung ano, wala nang bumibili. Ano to?
Talagang niche lang. Ano?
Parang masabi lang may display kayo ng ano.
Kasi meron din sila online eh. Siguro, ang totoong pera galing sa online.
That's why they can afford pa rin to still publicize. But I think, yun nga, that was the era, 2015 all the way till 2018, na medyo alanganin hanggat na-open na yung floodgates at na-legitimize siya at least for the Philippines.
Pero ang roots mo talaga, Zach, music eh, di ba?
Oh yeah.
Tell us about ang galing mo mag-drums eh. may mga post ka na nagda-drums ka, ang galing eh. You're a drummer for Imago.
Yes. Ang nangyari dyan, music, okay, this is a really interesting story. It's gonna go back to my ADD story.
Go.
I was a very problematic child back
May ADD
in the
ka?
day. Oo, dati.
Pareho tayo.
alam mo dati, wala naman, who knows
Ang
what
tawag
it is.
sa atin, makulit.
Oo, they're like, ano bang problema nito ni Zach? Bakit? Why can't you why can't you just stay put? Why are you having a hard time in school?
Yeah.
I have this story. Yung true or false, 100 items, nazi-zero ko yun. Perfect zero.
Perfect zero.
So yung teacher, alam mo yung sagot, binaliktad mo lang eh. Why are you doing this? Sabi ko, hindi ko kayang eskwelahan. So yung mga teacher sabi nila, alam mo, may something naman si Zach, pero bakit siya ganyan? We have to find out why. So, fast forward na. As in, para akong preso. When I'm in school, ayoko talaga dito. So anyway, my mom remembers me watching. I was enthralled and focused at the time when my older sister was playing piano. So bata ako, nakatunga lang ako sa kanya, listening. So sabi niya, baka nabalikan ng mami ko yun. Baka gusto niya mag-music. Binigyan ako ng gitara. Wala na. Tumahimik mundo ko noon. As in, umayos na ako. Naging valedictorian pa ako. Binigyan ako ng something na trip ko. Doon ako nag-hyper ADD focus na 8 hours kayong hindi ka usapin lahat. Ensayo lang ako.
Kasi people in the zone, when they focus on one thing, they become geniuses in that one thing, di ba?
Saka, time is nothing. You don't know. Gabi na pala. okay, kain na ako.
So therefore, yung 20,000 hours mo, pasok ka agad dahil trip mo eh.
Yeah, sobra. And then I was able to, during that time, I had to go to homeschool kasi hindi na ako ma-manage ng regular school.
Ganun ka ba yung EDD mo?
Ito pa, I was amongst a lot of other ADDs dun sa homeschool na kasi we have to go there once a week to study. So may halo mga artista kasi career so kailangan mag-home study. And then I had a classmate who was a giant, 6'8" na girl. Di siya maka-regular school dahil niloloko siya. And then I had a classmate, super genius, sumasakit ulo niya. Sobrang, wow, I'm amongst people na parang nakaka-relate ako.
Special. Oo.
Pero kanya-kanyang topak, ika nga. But after that, when I got into college and I was heavy into music, I was kinda sobrang tinuna. Hindi na ako, I can listen na, but I know at the end of the day, makakatugtog na ako sa bahay. So I was something to look for. Nagsimula na yung banda, ganyan. So yung banda na first na sign ako was actually with Barbie.
Barbie.
Yeah.
Barbie was my number 2 guest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
She shared ang ganda ng buhay ni Barbie, bro.
Barbie is an awesome,
my
artist, musician, and
Person, human being, man.
94 ata to, 95. So I met her through Ricky Gorango, yung bassista ng Hungry Young Poets. So the name of the band was Hungry Young Poets. So we got signed with Sony.
HYP.
But I wasn't official kasi hindi ako umabot sa release. Kasi nung medyo we're all cool now. Me and Barbie, wala naman kami beef. Kami ni Ricky, hindi kami magkakaintindihan nung bata kami. So, buray niya lahat ng drum tracks ko. Tinanggal yung drum tracks ko. So, from that band, nanganak ang Imago, and then nagkaroon ng Barbie's Cradle, and then Mojo Fly. And
Sabay-sabay kayong ni-launch at sabay-sabay kayong sumikat nung panahon na yun, no? 90s.
Nung kumalas na, nagkanya-kanyang landas na. So, Mojo Fly, of course, produced kay Chinadal. So, so may nangyari din okay. Hungry Young Poets is a great band. Sina Barbie, awesome songwriting, pretty okay. So, from there, dahil doon sa banda yun, ako nakapasok sa NU. So, ito yung story doon. Si Francis Reyes, gitarista ng Dadon.
A guest ko last week.
Si Francis
Si Kiko.
Reyes? Okay.
Nandun pa rin, no? Nakakatuwa nga, nakita ko mga oldies eh. Sina Jet.
Nagsanga-sanga yung mga guests mo, may connection lahat. So we were guesting in the show of Francis Reyes called In the Raw.
Si Francis Brew.
Francis Brew, that's his name online. So
Francis
nakita
Brew.
ko siya, parang pagod na pagod, may eye bag. Sabi ko, are you okay, man? Zach, wala kaming tulog dito. Wala kaming day off, 5 hours a day. And 5 hours a day DJ work that's hard. That's tough. You're talking, DJing 5 hours. Dapat 3 hours lang eh. So pagod laspag na sila. Tapos sabi ko, kailangan yung DJ, pwede mag-apply. Tapos, sige. Next day, they interviewed me. And then I got the job right away. So it wasn't because of any skill. Desperado lang Enyo nun. Kaya ako nakuha.
The perfect place at the right time.
Sakto pa. Dahil tumutugtog ako, okay sa akin graveyard shift. So I love that 2 o'clock till 6 a.m. So uwi ako, PlayStation na ako. Diba? So it was fun. So yun yung kwento kung paano nag-start sa ADD, nagkabanda, banda, pumasok sa radyo. All circumstantial. It's a funny thing how all of that happened and where I am right now. Diba? So,
Bakit drums?
okay. Ito rin yung
Kasi gitara yung
una eh.
yung focus ng ADD mo eh.
Oo.
Ba't napunta sa drums?
Kasi alam mo yung pagbata ka, parang pag pumapayag yung magulang mo, parang may mali eh. Parang, cool ba to?
Parang true or false mo. Fina-false mo yung true. Dahil gusto ng magulang mo doon ka sa kabila.
Oo, kasi parang may nature, I don't know for me, parang dapat din na trip yung trip ko kasi ako yung bata, ako yung, parang nababadoyan ako sa sarili ko dahil mami ko, uy anak, ngayon, now that I have kids, man, alam mo, nag-sorry ako sa ano, hawak ko yung firstborn ko na, Ma, Dad, sorry ha. Alam ko yung mga kalokohan ko ng bata. Ganito pala yung pakiramdam. I thank you for everything. I'm sorry. So anyway, nabaduyan ako sa guitar. So eventually, drums kaya ako. Nairita sila sa drums. Kasi ingay-ingay. Dito na ako.
Ayun, kasi nairita sila eh.
Para mas cool ako, rebel eh. So, naging drum ka.
Naging drummer.
So din drums. I mean, I would say that instrument got me to meet more people. Diyan ako nakapag-session sa lahat. Cynthia Alexander, Joey Ayala, sina Jun Lupito. During that time, I was really busy sessioning for drums. Those were the guys. Almost all the bands na pag-absent si drummer, nakakapalo ako sa kanila. So, guitar is really more for the songwriting. Talagang tool siya. So,
So, masasabi mo ba na napakagaling mong media person dahil musikero ka? Meron kang innate sense of timing?
I would say it helps. I would say na the give and take and listening and while you're trying to do an interview, it really helps. Kasi with music, hindi ka pwedeng manapaw sa kabanda mo eh.
Nakikinig ka dapat.
Kasi
Oo.
magbabatuhin ka naman. Ang ingay mo or you're playing too much drums or
Kailangan marunong ka magbigay.
yes.
At tumanggap.
Yes. It's a conversation eh. So I guess it helped a lot. In terms of timing then and getting subtle cues from yung kausap mo helps. You kind of see when parang kunyari kahit simpleng presentation lang sa isang event or you're talk line yung nung na-ADD na sila sa kakadaldal mo. Okay, change topic na ako. You gotta get sensitive to that. I guess it's a music thing siguro.
Okay, so pagkatapos ng pagiging DJ mo, yung passion mo sa motor, kailan pumasok yan?
Okay. Yung brother ko kasi, siya yung makulit magmotor doon. Kaso na aksidente.
Nako.
Nung araw, alam mo yung hopper?
Hopper. Suzuki ba? Suzuki.
Parang
Yamaha Hopper.
So may hopper.
Si Gretchen Barreto ang ano niyan.
Oo.
Ang model niyan.
Oo. So may hopper. Basta na-aksidente siya, he goes home, puro dugot, stitches. Wala, banta yan, tama na yan, sabi ng dad ko. So hindi pwede. And then after that, pero gusto ko magmotor eh. Ngayon na binabawal nyo, gusto ko na lalo ulit, di ba? So, pero bawal talaga. As in, meron hangganan yung, alam mo, galit na yung magulang mo na hindi pwede.
Of course. Oh.
But they can't stop you when you're earning na, di ba? Ayan na. Ano pang gusto niya? Above 80 na tayo. Tsaka, even before below 18, nakakasawsaw na ako ng mga motor here and there. Pero hindi nila alam. Pero yung official na wala na sila magawa, wala na, okay na. Diba?
Ganyan naman tayo lahat eh. Hanggang naghintay tayo ng 18 bago natin bilhin yung motor natin.
Tapos,
kasi ayaw ng magulang natin. Eh, no?
Tapos yung tipong na pinaghirapan mo, di ba? You saved up for it. You
So
worked
what
for
was your first real bike?
PX.
PX.
I would consider
Pareho
that.
tayo. 1996. Veloci Motors.
But 97 second hand.
Second hand.
hand.
Ang PX nun magkano lang? 46 million.
Yeah, oo. Tsaka, yun ang mga pinagsisiyan mo pa itong binenta ngayon.
Ay,
Nakakapunasan.
May story ako sa PX ko.
Okay.
If I interrupt a bit.
Sure.
Kasi my first motorcycle was a PX.
Okay.
This is I bought with my own money. My first real scooter, no? This was in 1996 sa Veloci Motors.
Okay.
It was 40,000 plus lang eh. And then it was yellow.
Okay.
And then sabi ko, let me pattern this sa PX to the yellow cab of the US.
Okay. Wala pang yellow cab kasi.
Wala pang yellow cab noon. Kasi yung yellow cab dito sa Pilipinas, pattern yan after the yellow taxis
Correct.
in New York eh.
Correct.
So niligyan ko ng checkered yung yellow cab ko, bro. Yung PX ko.
ganda.
Ganda. Pati meron siyang windscreen, niligyan ko rin ng checkered. Mukha siya talagang taxi.
Okay.
And then part of my riding group then was Eric Puno,
Okay.
the owner of Yellow Cab.
Yes.
We were riding around Manila because he had the Chowking siya noon eh. Sila ni Abigo po ako dito sa Escolta, sa
Okay.
Chinatown.
Okay.
So, pupunta kami ron sa Chowking niya. Wala pa siyang Yellow Cab noon. Franchise holder siya ng Chowking.
Okay.
Pero pareho kami naka-PX.
Okay.
And then, nawala na. Nabenta ko na yung PX ko. Hindi ko na nakita si Eric. 2020, 2004, 2005, 2010. Nakalimutan ko na. And then, sumikat ang Yellow Cab pizza.
Tapos naka-LML sila the whole
LML.
the works.
Nagsimula yan, puro PX muna, Vespa.
Okay.
Pero ang forma nila, Yellow Cab. And then in one event, I saw Eric. Sabi ko, Eric, ang ganda ng mga Yellow Cab mo ha. Kim, ano ka ba? Na-inspire ako dun sa PX mo.
Wow, it
Sabi
came
ko-
from you.
Sabi ko, wow, Eric, sobra naman yung, can I brag about this? Of course, because that's the truth.
Galing.
So now I brag about it because Yellow Cab was inspired by my PX that was
So you mean to say everywhere
customized.
else na Yellow Cab, hindi Vespa talaga?
It started out as Vespa. And then ngayon, because
Ah.
nagtitipid, mahal lang Vespa dahil Italian.
No, I mean the other countries may Yellow Cab.
No, invento lang ni Eric. Eric Puro, local yan.
Okay.
Yellow
I
Cab
see.
pizza is local.
I had an impression it was an international
Ang galing,
brand.
no? Ang galing, no? It's now owned, I think Eric sold it eh. Hindi na kanya ngayon eh.
Okay.
Eric is now busy with Army Navy.
Okay.
Army
Kaya pala
Navy.
masuporta sa motor.
Kasi
Off the
nagmamotor
scene.
yan. Scooterista
Okay.
talaga yan eh.
Okay, I see.
So yun. Yun ang
Galing
storya
na.
nung... Now I brag about it kasi pinaalam ko because it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And then nung nalaman na yung pinakaunang Yellow Cab was my... nung nakabili, nalaman niya na yung papel kasi nasa pangalan ko pa eh. Itinago. And kaya lang hindi na yellow.
Ano na?
Hindi na, pinalitan ng kulay.
Ay,
Eh. Pero
sayang.
tinago niya because that's the very first Yellow Cab PX.
Oh, okay. Sayang naman. Dapat niya niretain niya all orig, di ba?
Oh, alam mo
But
tayo
that's
dati.
a really good story. I
It is,
didn't
no?
know ikaw pala nag-inspire ng fleet. In fact, naalala ko may time pa nga may parang nag-selling silang maraming Vespa or LML.
Correct.
Oo eh.
Ang binili, lahat ng mga PX, ang naiwan yung mga LML.
Oo, yung mga
Kasi yung
LML.
PX naman, Zach, parang tank yan eh.
Oo,
Kahit nalaspag yan, madaling ayusin yan.
Saka the value is just there. It doesn't really
Exactly.
change.
And then the PX200 is 500,000 pesos already.
Ah?
Yeah.
Dati 240 pa yun bago
Yung 200.
Oo.
Yung 150 nasa mga 250, 300,000.
Tumaas na.
From 40,000.
Wow, okay.
Brand new. Ngayon, collectible na sila eh.
Grabe.
They're now considered vintage eh. Wala man tayong time machine, ang memories naman natin ang pinakamabilis na paraan para makabalik sa nakaraan. Alam niyo ba na ang memory ay galing sa Latin word na memor? Ibig sabihin ay to remember something that has passed. Diyan din galing ang salitang memorare o yung mga remembrances ng mga nakaraan natin. Mahalaga talaga ang pag-preserve ng memory. Kung gusto nyo ma-enhance ang memory nyo, ma-improve ang focus, mabawasan ang stress at maiwasan ang pagiging makakalimutin, try Memo Plus Gold. Trusted na ito for almost 20 years. Meron tong Bacopa Monnieri herb na proven safe and effective to enhance brain function. Clinically tested din ito sa CDRI ng India at BSI sa Australia. Available ang Memo Plus Gold sa Mercury Drug, Watsons at lahat ng leading drugstores nationwide, pati Shopee at Lazada. Tandaan, para hindi makalimot, Memo Plus Gold. Oh, back to you. Ano tuloy na, sorry na.
Ganda naman yung kwento na I didn't know that.
So, you got into motorcycles. So your first motorcycle was your scooter.
Yes. Ingat muna kasi mayroon pa rin yung warning and foreboding.
Diba? We all start with scooters kasi akala natin delikado yung big bike.
Pero pag nakatikim ka na ng big bike, kahit hindi naman 1,000cc ka, 600 lang. Sabi, hindi naman ganun ka-wild eh.
And you realize you're actually safer on a big bike than on a scooter.
Yeah, kasi yung...
All the safeties.
One, you can get out of trouble. Basta you have your wits
Quicker.
about you. Makakaalis ka out of danger. Hindi parang scooter, abot ba ako dito? Hindi.
Kumbaga predator ka, dito sa scooter prey ka eh.
Oo parang you're at the mercy more kasi nga, there's a power thing. And then, of course, when you're in, if you're riding responsibly in clear roads like the highway, it's still safer than makikipagsabakan ka na medyo pwede kang abot sa pipinahin.
Pipinahan.
O pipinahan ka na lang, biglang tatalsi ka na lang.
Sinabi mo.
Oo.
Ginagawa yan?
Yeah.
Pero hindi nila ginagawa sa big bike yan.
Oo, may konting...
May takot. Siguro
eh.
iniisip nila, baka pulis to. Baka baka military to.
Saka, there's also the awareness. The engine is louder. They know you're there, di ba? As opposed to tahimik na scooter, di ba? So, may mga ano rin. So, yeah, the scooter was the first, but the jump from that to the big bike was very quick. Kasi, we just try to find, something, gusto mo graduate.
Yeah.
Pero ngayon, bumabalik na naman ako sa luma eh. I have this funny story. I was able to buy a toaster tank in the US.
R75?
Oo, R75 mismo. Oo. So, nabili ko siya. I have the papers, the whole history down to the bolts kung ano ginawa. So, now I have this task of kailangan ko siya baklasin. Ipagkasya sa
Balikbayan box.
12 nabilang ko yun. So medyo kamote ako. So yung Anderson Brothers tinawagan ko. Paano ba to? Kasi meron mga tornilyo na kunyari de 12 because it's a vintage nut. Yung kapal ng mga, di ba ito yung socket natin? Yung kapal nito, iba nung panahon.
Tama.
So mas manipis yung dati, kahit parehong 12, mas kakasya yung luma.
Tsaka special tools ang kailangan mo. Pang BM talaga.
Oo. So something that they would make, kunyari mga yan, kaya nila ibaklas sina Dark Horse, mga a day and a half. Man, ako 7 days. Sumakit kamay ko. Kasi nakakatawa.
Binaklas mo sa Amerika to? Nung nasa Amerika
Oo,
na?
binaklas ko. Hindi, okay na. Na-LBC ko na. Papunta na dito. Pero kinulit na naman ako nila, sila Anderson na...
Sina Aldrin.
Aldrin, Zach. May bibili.
Tsaka tatay niya.
Oo, may bibili, Zach eh. Ha? Hindi ko pa nga nagagamit eh. Pero, hindi, ganito yung presyo, Zach. Payag ka ba? Makahanap ka na iba dyan. Sige na. Sige na nga. So, hindi ko na nakita kung asa na ngayon yun. Diba?
Sobrang ganda ng presyo. Hindi ka nakahindi.
Hindi, tsaka syempre, on the business side, kina Aldrin, it was something in it for them also.
Of course,
parang, kasi everybody happy. Sige. Tas, now that I know how bumaklas na motor, ayoko na gawin ito. Hindi siya biro, ha? I mean, it's not, some are...
Ubusan kukubo dyan.
Some people are mechanically inclined. I'm okay, but nagawa ko na once, ayoko na gawin. Kung mapapaship ko na lang o bilhin na lang dito sa Pilipinas, mas okay pa eh. Minsan hassle. Napasubo lang ako noon eh. Kasi gitna, baklas na lahat. O gagawin ko dyan, di ba? So, forced to na ako. But yeah, I was...
so, hindi mo alam sino may-ari ng R75 mo?
Hindi ko alam kung napunta yan. Hindi ko natatanong si Aldrin. But it was, again, there's something about older bikes. It just, hindi ka naghahanap ng kapalit maya.
Oo naman.
You're not chasing after power every 2 years, 3 years. It's just there. And, content na ako. Happy.
Why are you so happy with older bikes? What else is the reason?
There's something about an old bike na when you're riding on it na may pumapasok sa utak mo na ano kayong kwento nito nun? Ilan na yung dinaanan nito? Let's say it's a 25-year-old bike. Diba? Wow, anong dinaanan? And you're still riding it. Same with cars. Right now, I was able to finish an E34 which lalabas sa Makina Auto. Medyo tagal, a year and a half yung E34 ko to nabuo. So, dala ko siya ngayon, nagagamit ko kahit saan. At ang mentality ko naman, basta napalitan mo naman lahat, parang bago na rin eh. So, there's just something about that. And may smiles din ng mga tao eh. Nakita, nagpapasahan kayong good vibes eh. Parang ganun eh. So, yan. So, anything old, I really like.
Love life.
Love life. Yes.
Bakit ang ganda ng asawa? Ang ganda ng asawa mo.
Ganda nga niya eh. Sabi ko, I actually met Kai in Makina Moto.
Ang asawa po ni Zach is Kai Kuipers.
Kuipers.
Kuipers. And she is a model from Malaysia. And then she is, pagka merong F1 race dyan sa Malaysia, siyang MC dyan eh.
Yes, MotoGP din.
MotoGP siyang MC. Malaking model ito sa Malaysia.
Yeah.
Na in love kay Zach Lucero. At when I see you together in events, you seem so happy, bro.
Yeah, I think sometimes there's just someone you really click with. I know cliche man to sabihin or something. Ganun eh. I've had my share of heartbreaks too, but sometimes you just gotta. It's not even effortless eh. I mean, wala naman kaming ginawang special. We just, really like each other's company. So, nakilala ko siya sa Makina Moto Expo.
Oh, was she MCing? Was she a model?
Yeah, she was hosting.
Okay.
So, kaya ko na hinahanap yung boss kasi una may accent. Parang Australian na Malaysian.
Still Malaysian. Very sophisticated Asian yung boses niya.
Sabi ko, sino yun? Tapos sabi ko, okay ang ayos ng hosting. Kasi minsan, pet peeve ko kung masyado ng magulo yung hosting na parang
ingay.
Parang let's tone down kasi
parang
expo
perya.
to. So
perya.
we can talk to the customers. Silang ayos. Ang ayos. Sabi ko, galing. I gotta meet her. Tapos ginest ko siya sa Mulrata, which is the Makina Lady Riders of the World. Kasi nagmamotor pala siya, may Harley siya.
Nakita ko naka Road King pa. Ang laki ng Harley niya.
Fat Bob.
Naka Fat Bob.
So sabi ko, nag-interview ko. After that, nagkasundo na kami. And she was single during the time, me as well. So yeah, may baby na kami.
I know.
Funny, we got married bilis. We got married in Vegas and then nagka-baby months later. So
ang singsing nyo, 13 Lucky Monkey. Diba?
Yes, I'm bringing it right. I have it with me right now.
Yung mga singsing natin.
Yeah, 13 Lucky Monkey.
Buti lang kaibigan natin si Dante. Because 13 Lucky Monkey, they're silversmiths.
Yes.
Who are famous all over the world. And very hard to buy kasi pipila ka.
Yes.
Sikat sila sa Dover Street Market, sikat sa Japan, sikat sa LA.
Yeah.
Pero dahil barkada natin sa Pilipinas, pag tinawagan mo, gagawan ka.
And
in 3 weeks.
And imagine the story that a guy like Dante, the team, diba?
Dante Noli and the team.
Si Nanoli, I mean, ang galing ng kwento dahil meron kang something na ginawa. This is my third ring sa kanila. I'm a Sandman fan, so they gave me a Sandman ring and a Corinthian ring, yung characters ng The Sandman. So, nakakatuwa na meron silang, may ganyan tayong kakilala.
Oo nga. Kailangan i-guest ko. Buti pinaalala mo. I really have to guest them kasi Pinoy to eh. Pero sikat na sikat to. Hindi lang sa motor world eh. Even sa Amikaji world, sa mga vintage guys, sikat sila.
Respetado.
And then, there are a lot of vlogs sa YouTube. Mga nagre-review ng boots, nagre-review ng denim. Ang mga singsing, 13 Lucky Monkey eh.
Astig. Nakarating na sa kanila.
Ang galing. Balik tayo sa'yo. Si Kai. Okay? Nakilala ko si Kai for the first time during the pandemic.
Yes.
I had the vlog and then she was there with her friends, with sina Bubbles. And then we ran around Amalate.
Nakwento nga na yun eh.
Then we went to Escolta. Kaya nang wala kaming mask, bro.
Medyo tinira kayo.
Yari kami nun. Nabash kami ng todo-todo. But it trended. That was the first time I saw her. Then I said, what a beautiful woman. And then pag nagsasalita, edukado. Tapos nagmumotor. Sabi ko, wow.
Galing nga eh. Sobrang kasundo eh. And I think once you're there, and there's just for me kasi if there's that basic respect and it's maintained there, yun na yun eh. That's how I feel you last eh. Pag nawala na kasi yung respect, yun na medyo wala na.
Does she allow you to be yourself? Kasi you're very colorful eh.
Yeah. I mean, she lets me be. she's still adjusting to all this traveling. It's kind of new to her kasi I need to go. But medyo nakabawi naman tayo sa kanya. Kasi gets ko naman I mean, syempre, I have a family. I try to be home. Of me stepping out of Imago as well also helped kasi syempre, I have to give priority.
You stepped out of Imago already?
Oo.
What year was this?
This year lang.
This year?
January.
Okay.
Yes.
And the reason is?
Time, schedule, and I cannot fulfill what is expected of me. Siyempre, kita ko naman sa mga mukha nila na hindi nila ako masabihan minsan, pero parang
Nahiya lang sabihin pero hindi mo mabigay yung dapat
parang asan na naman si Zach, di ba?
Oo naman.
I get it. So, yeah. And sometimes that can also cause parang tension in the sense na hindi nyo mabigkas kasi di naman nila masabi. So, they try to understand me also where I'm coming from and I try to understand them. So, yun, that's pretty much it. It's a big scheduling thing. If only I can half myself in so many ways, wala di kaya.
Music is part of you, Zach. So you started a new band.
It's not really started a new band, but I still have yung pagka-ADD ko. Itutulak pa rin ako. Ang dami ko kanta I mean, I have like 3 phones na punong-puno ng kanta. Kailangan ko pa rin siya i-record. Although hindi ko siya mabibigyan ng oras itugtog live. I'll be releasing a song once every 3 months, 4 months siguro. Just as an outlet. Kasi that's me.
Whenever you release a song, it's under Zach Lucero. Solo artist.
Yeah.
Or the new band.
Zach
The other
Lucero.
band, Zach Lucero.
Just Zach, oo. And then recently nakuha ko to help me with the recording sometimes sina Peds from Teeth, si Doc Serio, I've guested Ian Mayor, UDD, Updharma, drummer.
Updharma Down.
Oh, so iba-ibang mga kaibigan natin.
Galing,
oo.
galing.
Pero yung tugtog live, yun ang di ko pa talaga maharap pa Mahirap pa yung schedule ang oras.
No, back to your being an online icon, Zach. Ikaw ang nagpauso ng salitang dede content. Ano ba yung dede content?
Okay, yung dede content nanggaling yan sa tae content muna. Mabalik ko na
sa tae content muna tayo.
Okay, tae content.
Ikaw din nagpauso yung tae content.
Kasi yun nga
Pasintabi po, pero meron po sa mga nagmomotor po, merong tinatawag na tae content. Okay, bakit tae content?
Tae content kasi it's putting stuff online na wala naman talagang ginagawa to help the community. It's doing things illegally online. I mean,
ito yung mga nagsispeed na mga 220 papakita na ka.
But magpapakatotoo ako. I mean, ako mahataw naman ako Motor yan I mean, I'm there. But I have like a judgment call. It's wrong. But I don't post it. And then, tsaka yung mga banat, it's just
Meron tayong mga instances na giging kamote tayo because we're human
Yeah, exactly.
Nagkakamali Anyway, go.
Pero ba't pa ipopost?
Oo.
Diba? Kunyari, meron akong, may stretch, walang tao. 10 seconds, hatawin ko, bitaw na.
Pampagising.
Malakas.
Kasi minsan nanto ka.
So, this happens all over the world. Not to justify it, I know it's, but at least diskarte ko yun, and I'm not trying to influence everybody by posting it, and hey, look at me, guys. So, yun ang mga nabansagan natin na tayo content, na parang kung ano na ginagawa online para nang sumikat. And then there's dede content naman. And then dede content is...
Ano ang pagkakaiba ng tae content sa dede content?
Dede content is more, it's geared more on how sex and sexuality, yung pagka-sexuality ng isang tao ay nagagawa siyang parang tool.
For likes and for views.
Yes, oo. But again, nature, humanity, sex makes the world go round nga, that's what they say. But there's I don't know, maybe there's a tasteful way of doing it. I mean, diba? I mean, can you not get into can't you not get your fan base na without having to rely
to expose your skin?
Dede content, yun ang nangyayari.
Kasi merong mga magaganda na magaling sumakay. Pero maraming mga magaganda at mga sexy, kakatuto pa lang magmotor. Naging vlogger na. Pandemic lang.
During the pandemic, they started experimenting. And then, they go out there and then shoot from the hip ba? Hindi pa nila yung consequences ng actions sila kung paano. And the recent clampdown online, medyo natutuwa ako. Di ba may mga content creator na
hindi natin papakalanan. Medyo natanggalan ng lisensya.
Natanggalan ng lisensya kasi nakatutok na LTO, di ba? So, and I think that's good kasi parang you're on the road, let's do our part and be responsible on the road, I guess. So, kudos to LTO for finally, di ba?
Now,
tinutukan
with
nila
with the presence of tae content creators and dede content creators, what's the ideal content creator for you, for Zach?
the ideal content creator for me is something na, actually it's basically, do whatever you want, sure. But once it is getting to be harmful to let's say a scene wherein other people na wala naman kinalaman dyan na dadamay, nahihila. Like yung image ng mga nagmomotor. Dahil sa iilang kamote, lahat na tayo kamote. May mga, I got into arguments with some of my car guy friends. Kayo kasi, sabi ko, ba't mo kinakayo? Hindi na kami lahat ganun. May ganun may damay. So ang ideal sa akin is siguro, someone, if you're making content and then it's not really outwardly harming someone or ikasasama na eksena, sana wag ganun, di ba? So ideal sa akin yung hindi nakaka-harm ng iba. Pretty much.
Nagmamotor ka siguro mga 3 decades or 4 decades already, Zach. Maraming mga gusto pa rin magmotor ngayon. Anong advice ang bibigay mo sa mga gusto magmotor ngayon?
Oh man, lessons talaga. I mean,
ano to? Not book lessons, but from experience. Ni
Yes.
Zach Lucero. Ano yan?
I would enroll in a school, ask your friends, recommend nila. In fact, sana may kaibigan ka nagmamotor at meron ka matatanungan who's been there before you kung saan magandang school, sinong kakilala na trusted mo na instructor, coach. Kasi iba talaga.
Yung
I mean,
pag-inaral.
yun nga nag-California Superbike tayo one time, sa nagulat ako doon. Pag-uwi ko sa
Ang galing, no?
pag-uwi ko
Dami
nga.
natin natutunan.
Ba't ang bagal nilang lahat, Nax? Sa NLEX ako nun Bagal nilang lahat But again, you have to practice. Hindi porket nag-CSS ka, ikaw na. You have to go back to the track and practice what you learn. So, one, education, learn what you can, and you gotta practice. And you gotta respect that anything can really happen out there.
Of course. Kanina sumemplang ako.
I'm glad you're okay.
Wala sa galing yan
I'm glad
Wala sa
yan.
galing.
Totoo yun.
But one of my worst semplangs, Zach, was about 3 months ago May tumawid na aso.
Yan yung mga wala kang...
Wala kang laban.
I heard about that, yeah.
At saka kung yung aso kasi maliit, you'll survive it Malaki. Tumapon ako. But mahal tayo ni Lord.
Is this the one with the...
I broke a rib.
There you go.
I broke a rib, but I'm well already. And,
Okay.
parang
That's good.
Okay
That's
na.
good.
But that's part for the course We love it. We're passionate about it. We just have to be very careful every single day.
One of the things I think of before I ride out is I think of the kids. Like, okay. In fact, as if I can avoid it, unless it's for work or it's syempre masarap leisure din going out there to ride. But I will always think of my loved ones talaga. Bago kailangan ko makabalik talaga. It kind of helps.
You've heard of the pilot mindset.
Pilot mindset.
The pilot mindset. Kasi a lot of riders kasi, whenever we talk to our friends, they'll always say, sasemplang ka rin, it's just a matter of time. Sasemplang ka rin, wala yan. It's not a matter of if it will happen. It's when will it happen. Maling mindset yan
Okay.
I was reading this.
Parang defeatist
Defeatist at saka fatalist.
Okay.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
acknowledging na.
You're acknowledging it already. A pilot will flies plane, a 747, thinking, I'm going to be perfect today and I'm going to fly this plane, I'm going to land it and all 300 passengers safely. Kung ganun ang mindset daw ng nagmomotor, pag I'm going to ride this motorcycle, I'm going to be safe and I'm going to be, when I get home, I'm going to go home in one piece to my wife. Pag ganun ang attitude daw every ride like a pilot, then you'll be okay. You minimize the
Saka yung well-being mo, hindi ka napapraning na, today na ba yung when?
Di ba? Parang kinreate mo self-fulfilling prophecy, di ba?
So, today, hindi yan mangyayari. Dapat ganun.
Dapat ganun. Uuwi ako. Ako nga Zach.
Pilot's mindset.
Pati for me, riding a motorcycle is like prayer. It's my quiet time. I get to talk to God. And then I listen to worship music. I tried listening to podcasts. Nadi-distract ako. Ikakamatay ko. Some people are able to listen to podcasts habang nagmomotor
Oo. So may kanya-kanyang zone in that can help the ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Choice of motorcycle. It doesn't have to be a brand.
Okay, brand, I'll be honest. Okay, let's start with the genre first. Ang gustong-gusto ko talaga is your basic standard upright bike. Okay, that for me is
classic tayo.
Like right now, like one of the first bikes that I've gotten, kasi meron akong I stopped riding for a while. And then yung the return, yung hanggang ngayon, diretso na, naging addict tayo sa motor. The first big bike that I had then, 2011, nung bumalik ako magmotor, was the Enfield Classic 500.
Yan. What color? Olive?
No, it was the chrome black.
Ako, ganda nun. Oh.
And here's the thing, I hate chrome.
Oh.
Pero sabi ko, pasado tong chrome na to, okay na ako dyan. Pero normally, I don't like chrome. But sabi ko, okay to nakatayo, pogi, and I'm chill.
At saka mukhang luma, kahit na bago.
Yes.
Mukhang 1950s eh.
So I like that, and then I also kind of like the dirt bikes na spongy na medyo mataas. I also like sport bikes in a way. Trip ko din sila, pero it's not something na hahanapin ko linggo-linggo. But I will enjoy it if it's there. So yung mga ganun tipo, mga trip kong bike. Scooters din, di pwede mawala ang scooter. Yung may stepboard sa gitna, tas chill lang. Yan, gusto ko yun. Yan ang mga gusto ko motor.
If there's one most important advice that you'll give someone on a motorcycle, what would that be? Isa lang.
Well, now that I heard about the pilot mindset, stick to that pilot mindset. That's pretty good advice. Sabi ko na, I'm gonna learn something new kay Kuya Kim. Bago talaga. So that's really dead on. And then going back to what I said kanina, yung education talaga, laking bagay. Ibang confidence na nabibuild mo pag medyo may alam kang gagawin sa daan.
Are there any schools that you recommend that they take?
I tried the Honda. I tried Coach Mel. Marami na sina Coach Clyde. Lahat magagaling eh. So, consider yung location, consider reputation, and then, siyempre, yung unang sabak mo day kung komportable ka with the coach. At sana yung alam yung bike mo din. Kasi minsan may coach magaling pero hindi niya gamay yung motor mo at yung mannerisms. Iba rin yung may kakabaro ka na nagtuturo sa'yo, yung motor mo ganto.
Pati iba't ibang bike, iba-ibang ugali eh.
Oo.
Dapat alamin mo eh.
Oo.
Hindi pare-pareho yan eh.
Oo. Forma pa lang eh. Di ba yung mga ibang dirt bike, nakataas yung elbow.
Yung iba nakatupi.
Nakatupi. Yung, parang yabang nito. Hindi, dirt bike to eh. Ganun talaga eh.
Last question, Zach. What inspires Zach Lucero?
Oh, right now, this very minute. So, pamilya ko talaga. It strives me to become better. It challenges me to be better if I can. There's always room to become better, I think, in anything that you do. And it also, dahil sa kanila, iba yung kalma as you go along.
Nakakakalma.
Parang chill ka lang. You don't want to live the rest of your life just stressed out all the time, di ba? So, kalma, chill. I'd say my family.
Zach, tapos na yung oras natin, sayang.
Salamat. Thank you so much.
Man, thank you so much.
Salamat.
Zach, matagal na kitang iniimbita at finally natuloy na rin to.
Yay!
But what an honor to have Zach here at let's ride together soon.
Okay. Mabuhay ka, Kuya Kim.
Maraming salamat, Zach. At maraming salamat. Thank you so much for joining us today. Kung nagustuhan niyo po itong podcast na to, meron pong merong follow button. Follow po tayo. Merong bell kayo makikita dyan. Press nyo po yan para notified kayo ng next podcast natin. At may mga stars dyan. Kung natuwa kayo, lagyan nyo 5 stars para magandang rating natin. Ayan. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Isang episode na naman ng Ano Ba Talaga with Kuya Kim. This is brought to you by Spotify PH and the Pod Network. I'll see you next week. God bless.
Network Entertainment. The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.